For the introduction, I'll be covering DJI, Dajang Innovation, the brand our group picked for this consumer behavior analysis. So, DJI is a global tech company founded in 2006 by Frank Wang, who started it out of his college dorm room. Today is a multi-billion dollar enterprise and the dominant player in the global consumer drone market. The company is headquartered in Shenzhen, China, often called China Silicon Valley, which gives DJI direct access to a strong electronic supply chain for fast R&D and production. DJI's core business is turning complex drone and stabilization technology into accessible consumer electronics. Their best-known product lines are the Mavic and Phantom drones, along with the Osmo gimbals and action cameras. Their consumer base has traditionally been tech-savvy males aged 25 to 45 with higher disposable income, such as hobbyists, travel enthusiasts, and content creators. But with the rise of short-form video, that audience has expanded to include far more diverse and casual creators, including more female consumers. What makes DJI especially useful for a consumer behavior study is the learning curve involved in using this product and how active the post-purchase community is through platforms like Skype and the DJI forum. That ongoing engagement is what builds long-term loyalty. That's all from me, thank you.
Hi, my name is Afiq. Good day to Dr. Tiara and everyone. Today I'm going to present section 2, which focuses on our research objective. Since DJI is a luxury high-technology brand, consumers rarely buy their products on a sudden impulse. Therefore, my part of this project established a clear framework to analyze what actually drives a consumer mind before investing thousands of ringgit into this technology. First, we want to look at internal motivations. We want to discover why local consumers feel the need to buy premium DJI equipment instead of just using their existing smartphone cameras. Second, we aim to map out the classic 5 stages of the consumer decision-making process. This helps us track their journey from the moment their old gear breaks down all the way to how they feel after spending their money. Third, we are evaluating external social influences such as creative subcultures and tech influencers on TikTok or YouTube to see how much peer praise shapes brand attitude. And finally, we want to identify the communication barriers like tech anxiety or complex features that might scare everybody and everyday creators away from buying a drone. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Ahmad Iskandar and I will talk about methodology. This study used a mixed method approach combining quantitative surveys and qualitative interviews to better understand consumer behavior toward DJI products. The target population consisted of Malaysian consumers aged 18 to 45, particularly drone hobbyists, travel enthusiasts, and content creators. Participants were selected using convenience and purposive sampling. Data were collected through an online survey distributed via technology forums, university channels, and drone communities, which generated 120 valid responses. In addition, 6 semi-structured Zoom interviews were conducted with Malaysian vloggers and hobbyists to gain deeper insights into their experiences and purchasing decisions. The survey data were analyzed using descriptive statistics in Microsoft Excel, while the interview responses were analyzed through thematic analysis. Ethical standards were maintained throughout the study by obtaining informed consent, ensuring confidentiality, and complying with Malaysia's Personal Data Protection Act 2010.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Aziz bin Azian and I will be presenting the consumer behavior part. And the question that we need to ask in this is, why do Malaysian creators pay a premium for DJI instead of just using smartphones? Our study of 120 respondents reveals it is about far more than just hardware. It is driven by status and self-actualization. 68% state that dedicated gear directly boosts their professional credibility within their subculture. However, due to high financial stake and tech anxiety, the buyer journey is cautious. 84% spend over 2 weeks researching, and 61% insist on buying at physical store for hand-on reassurance. Ultimately, DJI defeat buyers' remorse by locking users into creative communities like SkyPixel. They are not just selling cameras, they are selling creative mastery and status.
Assalamualaikum to Doctor and my fellow friends. My name is Mama Aiman bin Azhar and I'm going to explain to you about DJI marketing strategy recommendations. There are 6 recommendations for DJI for marketing strategy. The first one is digital marketing, which they can use Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. They can work with influencers and encourage user content by sharing tutorials on drone safety and filming. The second one is market expansion by targeting Southeast Asia, Africa, and Latin America. They can localize advertisement such as used for wedding and farming. They also can partner with governments for training and rules. Third one is product positioning by separating pro and hobbyist drone. They can expand into agriculture also, or construction and emergency use, and they can offer accessories like gimbals and VR tools. The fourth one is retail and distribution. They can have demo zones in malls or airport which have big indoors area. They can have AR previews online, which is augmented reality. They can also partner with electronic and camera retailers. The fifth one is sustainability, which they can show drones in conservation and disaster relief. They also can launch recycling or trade-in programs, and they can share CSR stories to build trust. Last but not least, they can have data-driven marketing, which they can use AI for customer segmentation. They can use predict demand for holidays or wedding, and they can collect feedback to improve product. That's all from us. I'm gonna pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
To conclude, DJI's marketing strategy should balance innovation-driven storytelling, global expansion, and sustainability to strengthen its position as a lifestyle and solution brand that promotes creativity, efficiency, and social impact. The findings show that DJI's market strength is driven by higher-order consumer needs, especially self-actualization and esteem, where users value creative expression, professional identity, and social recognition through advanced imaging technology. However, consumers still face barriers such as technological anxiety and product complexity, particularly in the early stages of adoption. The study also found that the decision-making process involves extended information search and evaluation, while social influence from content creators and online communities strongly shapes purchase intentions. After purchase, engagement in digital platforms and communities helps increase satisfaction, reduce uncertainty, and build long-term brand loyalty. Overall, digital success depends not only on innovation, but also on strengthening ecosystem engagement and addressing consumer learning barriers. That is all from us. Thank you.